Welcome back to Happy Chat by So Defeating Our Fears. So, if you can think of a moment in your life where you were afraid to do something, or something that you would like to do now but are afraid to do, and think about that. Think about taking action to do it. And because you haven't done it, you're most likely not going to do it now. You will find that you're thinking about all the reasons why you can't do it. But within here, you want to do it. But in here, it's telling you, no, you can't. Because you're going to hurt in here. But what are you doing? You're thinking about what's happening out here. Affecting in here. But because you're thinking that way, you're affecting in here. And you're going to keep affecting in here until you go ahead and get your answers and what you need. And so you're either thinking in the past where something has been similar, that has come up with things that you didn't want it to come up with, results. And if you're not going off that, you're either thinking into the future and it not turning out in how you want it to be. But do you know how you want it to be? Because that's what you've got to be clear with. And if you do, that's what you follow. What you want. Doesn't matter what happens out here. As long as you follow what's in here, by using this here, in here, then you will get what you need out here. No matter what. You must satisfy one's soul. But if you're concerned about the happenings of life outside of you and using your experience of that life from the past or the future that either has been or is in your made belief from what has been, then you will never be. You will never be who you want to be. And so you will end up with many of these fears in your life and never face them. And I pray you overcome them, that you're not sitting somewhere someday looking back and thinking, why didn't I do that? At least I would have known. And you see, sometimes that's all we need, is to know the answer. And then we can move forward in our next step in life. But if we don't know that answer, we let it go on in here. And it'll go on and on and on and on until it infects us in here. Until it's infected all of this here. And then we're all infected from what's on out here, but was never there. It was all in our illusion and how we create it from how we thought here. And so what we wanted that was in here in the first place, we could never have, because we never followed our heart, and we followed all of what was out here in our experiences of life and how we see it through our past and how we make up our future from what we've seen in the past. And until we clear all that and follow our heart, then we don't know how to think. Not for ourselves, but for the world. for the world and the matrix that we live in. We think by the way that we are manipulated into thinking, never understanding how to feel and think from them feelings instead of from the world that we see and feeling from that world in our wants, wanting to be loved, while we're never looking after our heart to understand what love is by finding what is best for us that is within us. And it lets us know every day in how we feel. And so when we question something in our life and base it on the past, the future, and we go over it and over it and over it, we'll never get the answer, because we'll be stuck in a loop until we make a step forward into doing what we've not done before to get an answer. And then we can move on. Whether it be the answer that we're looking for or not, we get the answer that is needed so we can move on in who we are without the stress that we put ourselves through. This be Happy Chappa, love and peace.